Good morning. Today I want to discuss the reasons why I stopped servicing engines for other people on my channel. Before I get into that, stay to the end of this video because I want to talk about another RC channel that I happen to see that I'm very impressed with. So we'll talk about that at the end. So it was never the intention of this channel to begin servicing engines and that be a business. So first and foremost, I want to let you know that that was never the intention of the channel. It just sort of grew into that because of the fact that there were several advantages to me servicing engines for other people. One, it gave me the opportunity to touch and see and feature a lot of different engines. It gave me more experience in servicing engines. It provided a lot more video content. Because those of you that may not be familiar, I'm not sure, I may have been the only person doing this type of servicing, but what I would do is I would videotape the initial inspection, diagnosis of the problem, disassembly, cleaning, reassembly, and always a run video afterwards to show the customer the work that had been done and how it operated. So like I said, I'm pretty sure that I may have been the only person doing that, and I was not charging much for this at all. In fact, not nearly as much as I probably should have been for the amount of time it took. But I figured it was a service that I was providing. So money wasn't really the motivating factor, as I already had mentioned. Hi, Tabby. But the reasons why I stopped doing it was because many of you know that are into Glow engines now, parts availability for many engines is becoming harder and harder to find. And I found that I was having to spend hours searching for parts that are pretty much non-existent, so you had to get lucky. And I didn't like the idea of having people's engines sitting around stacking up waiting for parts to come in, because quite honestly I'm just not all that organized. So parts availability, the amount of extra time that it was taking me to do these things, the stress that I was putting on myself because I wanted to meet customer commitments when I said it'll be ready and then it wasn't, were part of the reason. The main reason really was because I began to lose passion for the hobby in general. I was going through some life changes and I began to lose passion for working on engines, and it manifested initially with working on my own engines, where I was getting frustrated, impatient if things didn't go according to plan, and then finding parts, and then I was making mistakes. And on several of my own engines I broke parts and kind of rendered the engine in a worse condition than it was to begin with. So these were things, and when I started feeling this way, this was something I was like, I have to stop doing other people's engines because I really just don't want to do that to another person's engines, because I know how important these things are to you. They're your pride and joy. They're a wonderful thing. So I really just couldn't take the chance of continuing to do that and possibly damaging other people's engines. So those are the reasons why I stopped doing it, and I just lost passion for it. And it even manifests now today. I've tried to work on an engine, that Saito 65 Goldnight. I started to have the same feelings of frustration when I was working on that. So I just think that that's a time of my life that's gone now, and it's a passion it's just gone. It's just not there anymore. But talking about passion, let's talk about this new YouTube channel that I saw. It's not all that new. It's been around for a couple years. It's called RC Plane Tech. And the fellow that runs this channel, his name is James. And it's very, very awesome, in my opinion, because it's very near and dear to what I used to do in the 90s and the early 2000s, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, which is he builds airplanes out of balsa wood. Yes, he finds these old kits and any kits that are still available, and he actually builds wood airplanes. And he powers them with Glow engines. What more could you ask for? And his video presence is excellent. His video editing and just everything about his videos is top-notch in my opinion. They're very detailed, they're very informative, and it's just overall an excellent representation of what our hobby used to be in the past and what maybe it could become in the future. Right now he is under 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers is the threshold before he can start monetizing his channel. So if you're interested in RC engines and building airplanes, I highly recommend you check out RC Plane Tech, that channel, and do him a great favor and subscribe to it. Get him up above 1,000 subscribers so he can start monetizing his videos and make some money back on that, because it's really a great channel. In fact, I'm hoping in the future to see him do a lot more glow engines, because quite honestly I think he can do a better job than I can. So anyway, that's the video for today, and thank you very much for watching.